What's up, YouTube? Aaron Michaels coming at you with my second deck list video. This time I am actually going to profile a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck that has been taking me a little bit of time to put together, just mostly because some of the cards are kind of hard to get. Still a few cards missing, but this is the deck that I have so far. I did just play it at my locals today, and I have to say, compared to my Satellar's deck, it definitely has a lot more strength to it than Satellar's. Stellars are really easy to kind of counter, especially if you can take out a lot of their special summons. Um, Blue Eyes is actually really freaking strong right now. So without further ado, this is my deck build for my Blue Eyes White Dragon. So with any Blue Eyes deck, you have to run the triple Blue Eyes alternative. Hands down, I mean, this card is, first of all, really easy to get out. Just show a Blue Eyes in your hand and it's good. Has the ability to pop a monster. Usually you just want to either attack for damage or pop a monster and then go straight into like Blue Eyes Spirit or Azure Eyes or something like that. Next you want to run triple Blue Eyes White Dragon. I don't think there really needs to be anything else said there. It's a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. You have to play the 3. I mean, you could probably play less than 3, but honestly, why not play 3 if you're going to play Blue Eyes? We have the 2 Dragon Spirits of White. This card is pretty nice. You can basically bring it back with Return of the Dragon Lords. Use the effect to banish the spell or trap card, and then basically go off to your synchros or your XC summons. And it doesn't hurt that it's considered a Blue Eyes White Dragon normal type monster while it's on the field or in the grave. Next up, go triple Sage. This card's really sweet. You can use it to bring out stuff like Effect Veiler, Master with Eyes of White, Maiden of Eyes of White. It's basically just another addition to draw out your tuner cards. Next, playing the triple Ancient Stones or the White Stone of Legend. Pretty sweet card. You can basically sacrifice it to your graveyard and use its effect to either add a Blue Eyes from your graveyard to your hand, or to special summon. One that I have seen a little bit of a difference in. Some people play these, some people don't. I have been liking this so far. I'm playing with 2 of the Maidens. The really nice combo. And I actually want to give a shout out to Sam from Team Samurai for actually bringing this up. It's a really sweet combo. You basically use this in combination with your Mausoleum of White to pitch off and get your Blue Eyes and make your synchro plays. Next, I am also playing with 2 Maxis. Obviously, you Maxi, you pitch it, more draw power. Your opponent's either going to stop their plays right then and there, or they're going to just give you an insanely incredible amount of hand draws. And right now I'm running 2 Effect Veilers. I might bump this down to 1 as soon as I get a 3rd copy of my the Melody of Awakening Dragons. But right now, since I've only got 2 in my deck, this card's pretty sweet. I mean, obviously you can shut off monster effects for a turn, especially if you're going against a mirror match and your opponent plays his Blue Eyes alternative. You can basically avoid having him can a monster. Next, I'm playing a 1 White Stone of Legend. I like using this in combination with Dragon Shrine and letting it basically sit there and add a Blue Eyes White Dragon to my hand, basically. And then I'm also, at the moment, I'm also playing a Master with Eyes of White. This is just kind of like a filler card. That's not a bad card to have. I know a lot of people don't run it. Haven't really actually had a chance. I've used it once so far. Yes, it's not bad. It's not a bad side card. Now onto my spells. I'm running the double Mausoleum with the Terraforming. Again, I have to give a shout out for just Sam from Team Samurai for this play. The Terraforming, I've used it once, mostly just to get rid of that out of my hand. But it's also not a bad idea if you can draw that and you don't already have Mausoleum in your hand. Then you can make your plays with your Maiden. I'm running with triple Return of the Dragon Lords. This card is one of my favorites in the deck. Basically use it to bring out Blue Eyes or your properly summoned Blue Eyes Spirit or your Dragon Spirit of White from your graveyard, and it has the added effect if your opponent tries to destroy one of your dragons with the effect, with a card or attack, you can basically banish it from your grave and tell them nope. I'm running triple Trade-in. I like to draw these. I don't like to overdraw them, but they do come in pretty handy when you can basically pitch like a Dragon Spirit of White or something to your graveyard in order to draw a couple more cards and maybe draw into your melodies or your uh, Return of the Dragon Lords. Like I said, I'm also currently only running. I would love to run 3, but at the moment I only have 2 Melodies of the Awakening Dragon. This is sweet because of quality. Obviously, you're gonna add your Blue Eyes and your Blue Eyes alternative because it just makes it quick and easy to play. Unless you already have a Blue Eyes in your hand, then you can obviously go for 2 alternatives, so you can special summon one a following turn. But it's pretty self-explanatory for that effect. Currently running 2 Twin Twisters in the deck. Really nice going against back rows. Basically, precurse it, just get rid of their back row before they have a chance to use it against you on your attack. Dragon Shrine's another one that I kind of like to run. It's nice when you get an opening turn, you can kind of ditch your you can ditch your Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then additionally ditch your White Stone of Legends to add a Blue Eyes from your deck to your hand, which is pretty sweet because it gives you an early advantage if you have a Blue Eyes alternative in your hand without one. I do play the 1 Soul Charge. Don't really use it. I've only used it once, just to bring back a couple monsters and try to make a play. But I think it's more. I personally think it's more of a like an emergency. Like if you have to bring out monsters, if you need something to pull off, like an XE summon, and you don't have anything in your hand you can play. It's not bad to have. I'm also currently running Vanity's Emptiness, which is pretty sweet if you can get out your first turn Blue Eyes Spirit and maybe even Return of Dragon Lords, your Blue Eyes White Dragon, or your Blue Eyes alternative from that, and then you can activate that on your opponent's turn, then it basically shuts them off and prevents them from making any kind of substantial plays unless they can somehow get rid of it. I'm also using Solemn Warning right now. I would love to use Solemn Strikes, but they're still sitting around 30 bucks or so, and I don't have the money for them right now. Otherwise, I'd probably be running those as well. Solemn Warning is pretty sweet. I mean, it's only 500 point difference, 500 life point difference on its effect, but if you can use it to prevent your opponent from bringing out a big board, especially if you're going against mirror match, I actually had it work out really well for me on a couple of Blue Eyes matches, where you try to bring out alternative, and I basically activated that and said I don't think so. And then one card, I am actually currently trying this out, the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I got this idea just looking at the World Championship Blue Eyes White Dragon deck winner. Uh, it actually is pretty sweet. I mean, it's nice. You ditch a card from your hand, and you can basically return any card on the field. So if your opponent doesn't have anything in their hand, if they don't have anything on the field and they only have 1 or 2 back row, you can basically return that instead. Or if they have a monster on the field that you don't, you can use it to basically prevent yourself from taking damage. Now onto my side deck. This is actually currently just more or less the fillers until I can actually figure out whether or not I want to keep running the normal build for Blue Eyes White Dragon, or if I want to run the ritual build. So right now I've got the 1 Thunder King. I know that it did just get bumped up to 2. Personally, I don't think I'd want to run it at 2. It's one of those cards where it could kind of backfire on you if you can't use it properly, or if you can't immediately get rid of it for something. Um, Currently only have the 1 Manju. Like I said, I'm still debating on if I want to run the ritual build or if I want to just continue playing with the normal version. But obviously, if you're going to run the ritual build, uh, I highly recommend running it at 3. I know Sam from Team Samurai, like I said, he's got some amazing deck profiles that he does, and the one he put up for Chaos Max Dragon deck is actually 3 Manjus. Side decked 2 Chaos Maxes. I actually went against a ritual build on this deck, and this thing is beast. It can just single-handedly kill you in a heartbeat, especially if they're attacking through a defense of 0. I mean, it's basically just 1 turn kill. I'm running side decked 2 Advanced Ritual Arts and 2 Chaos Forms. Obviously, to bring out your Chaos Max Dragon. I also have one for one, just that 1 side decked. More of filler. I haven't actually used it or teched it out into my main deck at all yet. But it's one of those cards I kind of thought would be nice to have in the side deck. Book of Moon. It's one of those things. If you have a way to draw it, and you can use it to your advantage against your opponent, it's one of those cards that's not a bad idea to have. But obviously, side decks are always your own personal preferences. This is just the card that I threw in there for right now. I'd like to up this to 2. Right now, I've only got 1 in my side deck, the Imperial Ironwall. This is really good against BAs and Cosmos, especially when with Cosmos having been hit a little bit. Uh, Obviously, BA didn't get hit near as much. They just lost Beatrice down to 1 and Sir down to 1. Um, but it is pretty sweet, especially when you're going against stuff like Dante and Beatrice, and they need to banish their cards and make some of their plays. I also have sided 1 Torrential Tribute. Obviously, it's down at 1, so you can only play 1. I did side this. It can come in handy in a clutch moment, especially if your opponent is working on building a big board, and you pull it out when they're getting ready to just TKO. And then one of the new ones that I did decide to side in right now, and I haven't tried it yet, but it is actually sounded like a good one for matches against, say, BA or Cosmos, especially when BA is running. Anybody who runs BA with Dark Law, I hate that card with a passion. It's just annoying to get around until you can kill it off. Premature Return. It's actually not a bad card. I mean, you basically ditch a card from your hand and banish it, and you get to basically special summon one of your banished monsters in face down defense mode. So, I mean, what's not to love, especially if you have one of your bigger monsters, if you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Blue Eyes Spirit, or something like that. It's really nice to come in handy when you can bring that back. And now on to what I have so far for my extra deck. Again, I personally want to get this up to 2, maybe even 3, just because it is really, really sweet to play this thing. If this thing is one of the easiest cards to make first turn, as long as you get the right cards in there. I mean, if you get a Blue Eyes alternative, and just 1 tuner, you can go first turn Blue Eyes Spirit. I'm also running 2 Azure in my deck, just for the sake of running 2. I know some people like to run it at 1. Some people are running it 2. It's just what I'm testing out right now. I am also running currently the Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. I actually did get to play this in one of my matches tonight, and it actually did come in clutch because with its effect, when it's summoned to the field, you can activate one of its 2 effects. The first one basically lets you play Raigeki. Basically, it Raigekis the entire board, kills everything on your opponent's side of the field, and the other one basically just lets you destroy a spell or trap on your opponent's side of the field, and it gains 500 attack. Which is obviously very, very nice, as it's a 3,500 attacker, so that makes it 4K. I'm also running the Black Rose Moonlight and the normal Black Rose Dragon. Black Rose Moonlight is really sweet if you can use it in combination with your Blue Eyes Spirit if you need to uh, try to clear up your opponent's special summon monsters, because it basically lets you return one to the hand, or return it to their, I think it's their hand or deck or whatever. And of course, what's not to love about that effect? I am also running 2 Twin Burst Dragons. Uh, I know some people don't run it, some people like it. I personally, I've used it. It's not a bad blocker in attack position, and its effect basically letting you attack your opponent's monsters twice each is also not bad, and its effect of not being able to be destroyed by battle also isn't hurting you. And the last one that I have cited in is my Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate. Haven't used it yet, and personally, I don't know that I'd ever use it, but it's more of a, if I were to get 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field, why not? And it's still not a bad effect. But that is my Blue Eyes deck profile for now. I'm going to actually try to start posting more videos on here. But like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.